steady enough shot. Here we go. Alright guys, today we're going to be doing a little bit of squirrel hunting. I hope the wind isn't too hard on the camera audio right now. It's actually quite a bit warmer now than it's been for the past couple weeks. And I don't know what that's all about. It's like 50 something degrees today, so I won't be needing a whole bunch of clothes. Everything's moving this morning, you know, I'm seeing a bunch of birds running around. I probably should have went pigeon hunting today now that I'm looking around, or starling or crow. I haven't seen any squirrels yet, but we still have time. I've got some more orange for when I'm ready to hunt. What I'll be hunting with today is a 17. I've got the Tactacam on the back. I have yet to get any good footage with this. That's probably on my error. If you don't adjust it, the sights and the camera exactly perfect, it's gonna come out blurry every single time. So that's what I'm gonna work on right now, is getting this all cleared up. And there's the Tactacam app, which I've used, but if I could give you one pointer about it, it's to go away from anywhere where there's Wi-Fi, because that's how you connect the camera to your phone, is through Wi-Fi, and it will always fight between the Tactacam and whatever Wi-Fi you're close to. So if you just get away from that, it's a lot easier to do all this. All you have to do with the camera is just slide into this top part right here, and then you have to adjust the part that actually goes on the scope to make it clear. Let's see if we can pull up the app right now. So you guys can see that, you just click on the camera you want, and you gotta connect, enable Wi-Fi, whole bunch of steps just to like make sure this is clear. There's quite a few steps to this, but I mean, once you start doing it for a while, it's not as hard. But you gotta turn the camera on. It's probably hard to see right now, but that's like flashing green. For whatever reason, they're supposed to turn on within 3 seconds. Mine's more like 10 before it starts recording. I don't know if that's a defect or what, but I've had problems with these forever. I've had to return 2 of them. This is the 3rd one, and it doesn't even work. And so that's kind of what you're working with, is like that. I'm gonna see if I can get this adjusted real quick. See if I can show you guys what we got going on here. Not too bad, pretty clear. It's a lot clearer than I've had it before. Now that I got that all squared away, I'm just gonna throw on some orange. It might be a pain in the butt to wear orange sometimes, but it's worth it in the long run, and you shouldn't skip out on it. I know a lot of people do, but the extra minute that it takes to put this stuff on, not that big a deal. The sun's really coming up right now, but I'm all ready to go. I'm gonna grab Walker too, since we're not gonna be sitting still today. We're gonna be walking around the woods. Might as well bring my dog around. Maybe he'll help out. So this could make this a little bit more interesting. Are you ready to go hunting or what? Can you find a raccoon or a squirrel or something for us? I'll take that as a yes. This is why it's always good to have waterproof boots. You never know when you're gonna have to cross a creek, a river, or whatever. All right, I probably ought to start being a little bit more quiet here. Everything else is moving around, so the squirrels should be in theory as well. Crows are. Sounds like that one's just sitting somewhere. If we can get a shot at a crow, we're gonna take that. There he goes right there. There's another one behind us. We're surrounded. Walker, what are you finding, dude? All right, I'm dropping some layers. I'm not hiking around like this all day. I'm not used to it being this hot. I don't know if I want to take this off. I'm for sure taking my sweatshirt off. That's already feeling a lot better. Just got smacked in the face with a branch. I'm just gonna hang the clothes I don't want right there until I get back. The only problem is that I need something to carry all my stuff in. I can make do with my pants pockets. It's a good sign though that everything's flying around, being vocal. Means the squirrels should be. The elevated blind that I hunted in this past season and got my buck out of is absolutely destroyed right now. Like, look at it, absolutely smashed. That giant tree fell down on it. It's a good thing no one was in it. We haven't seen a squirrel yet. I don't know what that's all about, but I keep hearing them chirping at us, so they know we're here for sure. All I need is for one to walk out on a limb, poke its head out from somewhere, and then we're good. I can't even blame Walker yet because we haven't even seen anything. I don't know what's going on with the squirrels today. I've yet to see one. I heard a couple of them, but that's about it. Walker and I have covered quite a bit of ground, and I just can't believe we haven't seen one. We haven't even, I don't know. We can keep looking. Maybe we'll come across something else. I see a squirrel. I see a squirrel. Come on, camera, turn on. I thought it was a rabbit. It just ran right out in front of us. He's going across that stuff out there. Might have to walk after him a little bit. He's out there ways. We gotta get closer. I don't know where the heck he just went though. I just lost him. He was right up over there. I'm gonna sneak up to this tree, see if I can see him. I was just walking around and I found something sitting up in this tree. I can't tell if it's like porcupine or what. Let's take a closer look at it. I can't quite tell. Oh, that's a porcupine. That's a porcupine all day. All right, so I'm gonna get set up here and we're gonna try shooting this. I'm gonna get set up on this branch right here. Then we should have a steady enough shot. Here we go. Oh, we got him. Crash. I've got to run up on this thing. Walker was running out behind me. That's why I shot this, or else I probably wouldn't have, because he'd have ran up on it too fast. That was cool, guys. I think porcupines are hit or miss for a lot of people. A lot of people think that they're super cute and that they don't really do a whole lot, when in reality, they do quite a bit of damage. Not to mention I've got Walker around here, and we just don't need him getting stuck by this guy. That was cool, I'm not even gonna lie. I've been walking around all morning. The porcupines never looked so freaking good. Let's see if I can pick this guy up without getting stabbed too bad. That is what a porcupine looks like, guys. He did not look this big in that tree, I swear. I almost thought it was a possum or possibly a raccoon, just because these silver, not necessarily silver, but on a raccoon or a possum, especially a possum, they show up super silver, like against the rest of their skin, or fur, I should say. So that's what I thought he was at first, but that is crazy. I had a feeling we could find a porcupine out here just because of this type of forest, you know, like the trees and all that. They love this stuff. And I'm like, okay, we've had 2 failed squirrel attempts. Let's see if we can find one sitting up in these trees, because if you can find their nest, that means they've got to be close or inside of them. But when I was walking around, I just barely saw a glimpse of this guy. As you can see right there, Walker is not close whatsoever, so that's why I did that. Walker stayed with me like all morning, but I think he was starting to get a little bored and kind of like done with dealing with me not being able to shoot squirrels. But it would not be the smartest thing in the world to shoot a porcupine when your coon hound's around, because he sees that thing drop, he's probably gonna assume that it's a raccoon. So if he was right around me, I probably would have let this guy just go and came back for him another time. But it worked out, because Walker's been doing good all day until that last squirrel, and I think he's kind of mad at me right now. I am definitely gonna do a catch and cook with this guy. A porcupine's not something I've ever done before, but I mean, I've heard good things about them. Like in Canada, I believe it is, there's some rule that you aren't allowed to just go out and hunt these guys, and the purpose behind that is that if you ever lost in the woods, you'd easily be able to get one of these guys, because if they're on the ground, you can take a stick and hit them on the back of the head and you'll have a meal that'll be a lot better than nothing. As far as just going out and hunting them for the meat, we're gonna see how that goes. I can't imagine that skinning these guys is gonna be a whole bunch of fun, but I have hope, because I mean, what do they eat? They eat bark, all that type of stuff. I'm gonna start hiking back. I'm not too far away from my house, over this bank a couple hundred yards, and I'll be able to clean this guy up. I gotta get this away from Walker somehow. I don't know how I'm gonna balance that all out, but I've got to carry back my gun, porcupine, camera. This should be interesting. Come on, Walker, let's go. He must have found something he's messing with. Should be close. Walker, where you at? Come on. There he is. Where have you been? Huh? You missed out on all the fun. It's actually a good thing you probably weren't there, baby. Let's go home. Come on, go home. Let's go, Walker. Let's get a treat. Come on. Get out. Come on. I probably ought to open that for you, shouldn't I? All right, buddy. Sit. Easy. Good boy. I figured if I got Walker taken care of first, it'd just make things a whole lot easier. So now I'm gonna head back out there, pick up everything, and then I'm gonna have to clean the porcupine. I gotta get everything around, and then we're gonna figure out how we're gonna cook this porcupine. You guys stay tuned. All right, so that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it'd be. I just skinned it similarly to like a beaver. I've never skinned a beaver, so I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I do know that you go like in a straight line from like their chin all the way down, and you kind of open them more like a coat than from like the back where you do like a trapper's hide, and that worked out pretty good. And we got quite a bit of meat here. I guess I hit that front shoulder a little bit on the, I guess it would have been his left side, so we didn't get that piece, but I got 2 hindquarters, the front leg, and then I got a couple back straps right here. For the purpose of today's video, since I just want to see what porcupine's all about, I'm just going to be frying up the back straps just so we can get an idea about what it tastes like. And then we're gonna go from there, and I'll do another video about actually like taking some good time and cooking these guys. Just like any wild game or really anything in general, you just want to make sure that it's clean. So I'm just gonna rinse them off, make sure we don't have any hair on it, and then I think I might go through and like trim off this silver skin too, so it's not super tough. This is what we're left with right here. I trimmed up the back straps a little bit, and now I'm gonna run through with this fork. Just poke little holes in them to hopefully tenderize it a little bit more. So this is the seasoning I'll be using. It's the Cabela's hot honey wing seasoning. I like this a lot. I've used it on quite a few things, from crow to deer meat, and it turns out pretty good every time, so this should be a safe bet with porcupine. I'm gonna crack this open. I don't want to go super heavy as I pour it super heavy. Now I'm just gonna mix it up a little bit, you know, make sure every little piece got a little something on it. And like just like that, I think that's gonna be good enough. I'm just gonna pour in a little bit of oil so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of my pan. Let's go in with a little bit of butter, and I just want that in there because it's hard to get the oil all the way up onto like the railings or grill or whatever you call this. So the butter, I feel like, covers it a little bit better. Alright, let's go ahead here, throw it on. I can't imagine this is going to take too long to cook. It smells pretty good. I will say that porcupine, like even just after I shot it, it does have a little bit of a smell to it, and I think that just comes down to like what their diet is, what kind of trees they're chewing on, you know. But I have high hopes for this. I feel like everybody should try something like this at least once in their life. Like, step away from the standard beef, even venison. You know, we all know that stuff's good. But I promise you, if you just try some of this stuff that might be a little weird or a little different, it's all good, guys. It's all meat. And when you think about it, it wasn't that long ago that we were eating stuff like this. So if you can get past the fact of it's different and it's just not normal, it would just be a lot easier for everyone to try it. Honestly, it's looking pretty good so far. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and say that they're done. Doesn't smell too bad. Alright, there you go. That's not something you see every day. Porcupine meat, and we're gonna be trying it out right now. I'm gonna go with this small piece right here. Like I said, might smell a little bit like a porcupine. But I was also thinking about it, when they're living in like pine trees and stuff, of course they're gonna smell a little bit like that, so that might be what I'm smelling, but enough stalling, let's give it a try. See if I can cut a piece open. You can see right there, cooked all the way through. That's honestly fine, guys. Very similar to like squirrel meat. It has that almost, not necessarily gummy, but almost like, I don't even know. If you guys have had squirrel meat, you know what I'm talking about. It doesn't like pull apart like deer or a roast or something like that. Just has that almost like little squishy texture to it, but it's fine. Flavor's fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. It's not tough either. So that might be similar to squirrel as well. Like, it's not something you have to chew on for a long time. It's fine. Honestly fine, guys. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's squirrel hunting video. It didn't go as planned, but sometimes that's just how hunting is. You don't always end up getting what you want. Sometimes you find something a little bit cooler, a little bit different, and that's what happened today. Hopefully this inspired some of you guys to go out there, try something a little bit different. It might not be normal, might not be standard, but just give it a try. I promise you none of this stuff's bad, guys. I've yet to eat anything that just because the meat tasted bad. I might have cooked it weird or wrong, but other than that, everything I've had from porcupine to weasels, it's all fine, it's all edible. If you guys enjoy content like this, subscribe for more. But this is all I have for today, and we'll see you guys in the next one.